A few more picks I want to rattle off before we get into our MVP check-in, and then the World Series, baby. I want to say other than the picks I've already given out here, I like the Texans money line against the Panthers. They're 3.5 point favorites. I like the Falcons money line against the Titans. They are 3 point favorites, and I think that has to do with Chris Long said this, and he made a great point. It's just like in baseball. It's just like in any other sport when you're looking to shop an asset. You don't want to play them the week before, or at least you don't want to play them that much, because if they get hurt, then their trade value goes out the window, and that hurts a lot of what you were planning on doing. So I think that's something here with Derrick Henry, or maybe even DeAndre Hopkins. It's potential that they can get moved, in the next few days, next few weeks, whatever it is. So I think it's something to watch. Maybe they're going to be on a snap count, or just not even playing at all. So give me the Falcons money line there. I like the Browns +4. The Browns +4 going to Seattle. Seattle's very banged up. Kenneth Walker's questionable.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, I believe, are questionable. I don't think Lockett's going to play, actually. I mean, don't quote me on that, but beat up team. I think the Browns defense will get it done. And then give me the Chiefs -7 against this Broncos team. Another team that is going to be shopping, whether it's Judy, whether it's Sutton, whoever it is, or both of them. They're going to be shopping some dudes. And so maybe they're not going to be playing as much as they would in a normal week. So those are some of the picks that I wanted to throw in there. And without further ado, let's go into our MVP check-in here. Looking at, as of 1 day ago, Pat Mahomes, once again, surprise, surprise, is the favorite. Last week's favorite was Tua.
I can give you 3 guys that are ahead of Mahomes right now. Like, undebatably are ahead of Mahomes, and 2 of them are on the same team. Tua's ahead of him, Tyreek's ahead of him, and Lamar's ahead of him. Like, undisputed, those 3 guys mean more to their team right now than Pat Mahomes does. They just do. The Ravens would suck without Lamar. I'm not saying the Chiefs would be great without Mahomes, and Tua and Tyreek, dude, this is the best duo we've seen since fucking Tom and Randy Moss. It's insane. It's crazy. So I'm so sick of the Pat Mahomes, obsession. I'm already over it, and it hasn't even been that long.
Hey, man, I've been saying for a while now that everyone's got to chill. Everyone's got to chill a little bit on Pat.
The MVP of the league? Are we not watching the games? Like, last week was his first insane game.
Honestly, I think it's more so seeing him get hot. Obviously, last week, I believe, over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Best game so far this season for sure. I think it's more so. I think it's more so people thinking, hey, he's gonna start doing this every week now. So get in ahead while he's not, minus odds. Get in while he's plus 275 on some books. So that's kind of my logic there. But to read off the top 5, Pat Mahomes, Tua, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and then there's a big leap to Josh Allen at 5. This is interesting, though. There's no way this is right. There's no way this is right.
Where's Tyreek on that?
It says this came out today, but for some reason, Aaron Rodgers still has his odds up. There's no shot this is right.
No shot.
But I mean, it's Vegas Insider. Maybe Vegas knows something. What if he comes back and he wins MVP the last 3 games?
I'll never watch the NFL again if he comes back and wins MVP.
Here we go. It was correct. Purdy actually is ahead of Josh Allen. So this is interesting. You were looking for Tyreek. Tyreek's not even on this list right now, Ben.
How?
McCaffrey is on the list.
How is Tyreek Hill not on that list?
McCaffrey's on this list right now.
Who is?
I'm looking. I'm searching the web right now, trying to find one site that can give me an article saying that the odds are updated. And here's Tyreek. But
how?
Here he is. Ooh, plus 5,000. He's
all right,
below.
That's
he's
great.
Below,
that's great value.
He's below Dak. He's below Herbert. He's below Burrow. Burrow's had a really rough year.
That's absurd. That's absurd.
That is absurd.
How? How? Like, what?
All right,
I
so
swear
who do
to
you
God.
like? Who do you like? Are you going with Tyreek?
Tyreek.
Okay.
And Lamar. Lamar was my preseason pick, so I'm going to stick with it. But
I like the Lamar pick.
has anyone meant more to their team so far this year than Tyreek Hill?
I mean, I love Tyreek.
He
You're not going
changes
to
the whole
find me.
operation.
Yeah.
If you take Tyreek off of Miami, they have half the offensive production.
All right,
Half.
wait. Real quick, can I say something here? And correct me if you don't agree here. Is the MVP like really watered down this year? Like nobody's really blowing me away.
Well, no. I'm actually
mean-
happy you said that. The one guy who's blowing me away is Tyreek.
And you know
He's the
that
one guy.
justifies, yeah, and no matter his position, that justifies for him to be, you know, looked upon as that.
We're watching a league where a fucking kicker has won MVP. You're telling me a guy who's going to get 2,000 receiving yards can't be MVP? Like, what are we doing? Honestly, what are we doing?
If I got to go ahead and give a pick, you know, I do think Tua will slow down throughout the year, and obviously if Tyreek's doing good enough to get MVP votes, Tua's
That's the
probably going to
thing.
win
That's
the
the
MVP.
thing. If Tyreek keeps going, that means Tua's going to keep going. And then it's like, well, most of the time they pick the quarterback,
Yeah.
which I still think that in 07, Randy Moss really should have won MVP over Tom. The only thing is, like, Tom threw 50 touchdowns and he broke the record, so, like, you kind of had to give it to him. But Randy Moss was the heartbeat of that team. And I feel the same way about Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is easily the most important player on that team. So regardless of Tua's stats, I'm still going to say Tyreek Hill because I think he's the biggest reason as to why Tua has his stats. Tyreek Hill could find these stats with any quarterback in the league. Tua would have nowhere near these stats with any other set of receivers in the league.
Okay, if you had to give me a quarterback one, as of right now, you're going to ride
Lamar.
with Lamar.
Yeah.
I'm looking at something right now. I want to see.
Or Mac Jones.
Well, Mac's the obvious one, Ben. You're not supposed to give the obvious
right,
answer.
Right.
You're supposed to give a.
I was just giving
you know,
my dark
opinionated.
horses. Before I was giving my dark horses, then I thought I'd state the obvious one.
So far, yeah. You know what? I want to be different here. There's nobody I really love. I don't want to give Mahomes, even though honestly, probably will be because, like we said, nobody's really blowing us away.
If Mahomes
and I don't think Tua's going to win it.
again, like, dude.
Ben, I agree with you. I'm going to say Lamar is going to be my midseason pick. My pick coming into the year was Joe Burrow. Boy, was I wrong on that one, but it's
that
not
wasn't
too
your
late.
fault. He just got hurt.
Yeah, it's not too late on him, and I was so high on the Bengals. They were my Super Bowl pick, and you know what? Honestly, I'm not the type to switch. I think I might just ride them out as my Super Bowl pick, and you know, but I have to make the switch off Burrow. That's not going to happen. I think Lamar Jackson is solid pick there. So I like that, Ben. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to tell you that is my sort of midseason MVP check in here.